Yo, welcome back to KAMMA. I'm Khalil Deal,
I'm Andy O.
and we are KAMMA. We are about to talk about UFC Fight Night Abu Dhabi. We got Corey Sandhagen versus Umar Nurmagomedov. This is a card that's looking pretty cool. We're going to talk about the prelims, our early predictions for the prelims. Let's start it off. The first fight's going to be Cedriques Dumas versus Dennis Tuyululin. Jay
Oh,
Herbert against Rolando Bedoya from Peru. Our boy Javier from Peru.
your
Victoria
stepkid?
Dudakova versus Sam Hughes. Guram Kutaladze versus Jordan Vucenic. Shamil Gaziev against Dontel Mays. Mohamed Yahya against Kawe Fernandez. Alonzo Menefield against Azamat Mirzakhanov. And then that's it. That is going to be the main event of the prelims is Alonzo Menefield against Azamat Mirzakhanov. So let's start it off with the first fight. Cedriques Dumas against Dennis Tuyululin. Who you got here, Andy O?
All right. This fight is real low level. I'm not a fan of any of these guys. You're probably a bit more a fan of Cedriques than I am,
That's right.
real deal. But I'm gonna have to as well go here with Cedriques Dumas. I think his key to victory is to use his kicks early and often, keep the range, don't get into a brawl with Tulin. Everyone says don't get into a brawl with Tulin, and it is true. But you know he's likely to half as likely to lose the brawl too. Except as far as Dumas goes, I don't think he's the one to defeat Tulin in a brawl. Dricus should be better than him on the ground, but I really don't think he has the power anywhere to really match up to Tululin. So I predict he's going to win by points, but he has to stay safe. And I don't have much confidence in either of these bums. We got a real deal,
Yo, I
Khalil.
would not call Cedriques Dumas a bum, man. He is 9-2. He's pretty damn good. If you
No,
want to call Dennis Teulilin a bum at 11-9, I mean 9 losses. Those losses come from somewhere, as you like to say. I have to say Cedriques Dumas, of course, is going to be the pick for me. Man, Dennis Teulilin coming off of losing 4 out of his last 5 fights. He's lost 3 in a row, man. Last fight he lost to Christian Leroy Duncan, got knocked out. Then he got knocked out the fight before that by Gregory Rodriguez. And then he got subbed by Jung Young Park. He did get a knockout victory against Jamie Pickett, but then he got subbed by Aliaskab Kizriev, sorry. So, man, this guy's been looking like absolute shit. He's 36 years old. Cedriques Dumas, on the other hand, is 28 years old. What I like about this one, he's actually going to be an inch taller and he's going to have a 2-inch reach advantage.
he better
Yes,
use every inch of it, man.
yeah, man, he came off of a loss against Nursultan Ruzaboyev. That is not a bad loss. Nursultan Ruzaboyev is a fucking monster. We saw how this guy can fight, the Nursultan Ruzaboyev. He's huge. He's a monster. He's off the chain. So to lose to him is not a bad look. He did beat Abu Azaitar by unanimous decision. He did beat Cody Brundage, and Cody Brundage, man, this guy can grapple. This guy is good on the ground. Cody Brundage is a fucking dog too, and himself as well. But Cedriques was able to win a unanimous decision over him. Yeah, I know Cody Brundage has been looking like a bitch lately, but I mean, still, I think that it's a good
Look,
win.
man, if Dumas doesn't defeat Tululin, I say it's time to maybe leave the UFC for a bit, come back a little later.
I got to agree with you there, but definitely like Cedriques to get the win here in this one. I think it's looking good for him to win. He has the takedown ability. He's got grappling. I think he'll take down Dennis Tululin, and on the ground there, he could definitely get a KO or a submission. Very possible there, or win by decision. A finish is very possible, but I'll go ahead and take Cedriques to win by decision in this one here. I think maybe a knockout is live. Again, I said a finish is live, KO or sub. Yeah, so I'll go KO or decision. I don't. Maybe he won't sub him, but KO or decision is looking good. Ground and pound on the ground there.
Yeah, I'll go with this suburb decision. Let's go with decision as well.
All right, so there you have it. We are in agreement with Cedricus Dumas in the first fight of the prelims. Let's move on up to the next fight here. We got Victoria Dudakova versus Sam Hughes. So for this one here, guys, I gotta go with Victoria Dudakova, man. I really like her a lot. I like Victoria in this one. She is undefeated, 8-0. She's the younger fighter at 25 years old. Sam Hughes, 32. They're the same height. She's going to have a 2.5 inch reach advantage. Dudakova will. And I like Dudakova, man. I think she fights better. I like the way she strikes. She's a very good striker. She also has some grappling. She can get Sam Hughes on the ground. She's got the Russian, that Russian grappling that they're good at. I like her, man. I like Dudakova. I like the way she fights, man. I think she looked really good in her last fight against Jinyu Fry. Beat her by unanimous decision in that one.
She weight bullied her too. Tiny Gio Fry. She missed the weight.
Yeah, well, she did also knock out Estela Nunez the fight before that. I know Estela Nunez is not the greatest, but look at Sam Hughes. When I wanted her to win and I picked her, she lost to Yasmin Yarigwe by unanimous decision in her last fight. She did beat Jacqueline Amarim by decision, but then lost to Piera Rodriguez. Got a win off of the old bitch, Elise Reed, and also won a decision against Estela Nunez. But she won a decision against Estela Nunez, whereas Victoria knocked out Estela Nunez. I know it's MMA math, but I like it. So my pick here is going to be Victoria Dudakova here to win by decision. Maybe even a knockout on Sam Hughes there. I like her. I like the way she fights. I think she's going to be better on the ground for sure. Her striking is good. She's younger. Let's get it. I'm going for Victoria Dudakova here.
Yeah, I'm going for Sam Hughes because she's going to be the old feisty bitch in this one. I predict Dudakova is going to have her toughest fight to date. I don't believe Dudakova's victories, especially all her subs, came against good competition at all. She came against scrubs where she came from. Sam Hughes, man, like, thing about her, she's a finisher. The only thing I don't like her is about
She's a
her.
finisher. Her last two wins were her last one was by decision.
If you look at her record, I think 5 out of her 8 wins are by finish, so that's good enough for me. She's slow though, right? So she has to make up for that slowness by making it a grindy, ugly, dirty fight. And I think she's going to be able to squeak out a decision here, really wear on Dudakova and give her a proper welcome to the UFC. Look, I'm not saying Dudakova is going to be not going to be better than Sam Hughes, like moving forward. She is only 25, but not this weekend. Give me the Salmonator. Oh, sorry. Give me Sam Page for the victory by decision.
Sam Page. Yeah, no, I'm going with.
That's her name, Sam Page.
I know. It's kind of funny. I'm going with Victoria Dudakova, man. I like her much more in this one, man. I think she's going to be the better fighter in this one. So we disagree on the second fight of the prelims. All right, let's move on up to the next fight here.
All right. So here we got Guram.
No, Jai Herbert.
Oh, Jai Herbert. Sorry, that's right. Yeah, Jai Herbert actually will be my pick here because who's he fighting? My notes have gotten
Actually, sorry, I ended up missing up the order there. It was supposed to be Jai Herbert after Cedricus. Sorry about that. I snuck it in the wrong way. But yeah, Jai Herbert against Rolando Bedoya, Peruvian, the Peruvian.
Yeah. So here we got Jay Hebert against you're a Peruvian stepchild, one of them, Khalil here, because we had to help him out, but the days of me helping are over. I'm going with Jay Hebert here to pull out the veteran victory here. Just by staying away from here and outpointing him, I'm not looking for too much from Jay Hebert as far as submissions or even a knockout goes. I know he has a few knockouts, but I want him to play it safe here and just work over Bendoya with his more precise striking. I used to think a little more of Bendoya. I thought he was tougher. I thought he would be able to work his way in there and have just like a granite chin, able to withstand everything. But the guy's already been knocked out twice. And I feel he just doesn't have that extra step, especially not to pull off the win here against Jay Herbert. So pick is a Herbert by decision.
Yeah, I got to agree with you on this one. I like Jay Herbert in this one, man. He's going to have the 2-inch height advantage there. 6'1" to 5'11". He's going to have a 2-inch, pretty much a 2-inch reach advantage there as well. He is getting up there in age, though, at 36 years old, versus the younger Rolando Bedoya.
He's still going to be faster than Bedoya.
These Peruvians, though, haven't been doing well, man. Bedoya lost his last 2 fights, lost to Song Kenan by unanimous decision. He lost a split decision to Chaos Williams. And then after that, he beat some cans. So not a very good start in the UFC for Rolando. Whereas Jay Herbert, like you said, more veteran guy in the UFC. He beat Kamaworthy, knocked him out, lost to Ilia Topuria by knockout, but Ilia Topuria is elite. He beat Kyle Nelson by unanimous decision, and Kyle Nelson's a bit of a dog, a bit of a scrappy dog. There was a majority decision for Ludovic Klein there, and he lost to Farazian by decision there as well. So fought some better opponents. I think he's better on the feet. Jai Herbert's got some nasty kicks too, some very good kicks. He's a very good striker. I think he'll outpoint Rolando Bedoya here. I think he gets the win by decision. It's going to be close, I think, this fight, though, because, Rolando's not that bad, but the fact that he lost 2 in a row, I think I have more confidence there in Jay Herbert getting the win. But where was he in England, man? In the England card, man? Where was he? Should have been there.
Yeah, it's kind of funny he wasn't actually, now that you mention it. But yeah, it's not so much really that Iber is that great. It's just that Bedoya is not that spectacular, I think, for me at least in this one.
Yeah,
So yeah, he's gonna squeak by points. That's what I think.
I think so too, man. So yeah, Jay Herbert's the pick here. We are in agreement. All right, let's move on up. Next fight, we got Guram Kutiladze versus Jordan Vucenic. I gotta say here in this one, I gotta go with Guram Kutiladze. Now, Guram was supposed to fight, what's his name? Abdul Karim Al Salwadi, but he got injured. So kudos for Jordan Vucenic to step up and take this fight in short notice. But the thing is he's fighting a fucking guy that is like a way bigger step up in competition here. Guram Kutiladze is a much bigger step up in competition for Jordan here to fight his UFC debut, especially. I did look at some footage on Jordan. I saw him fight on YouTube. I watched the fight against Simone Dana and the fight against Bryce Picot. I got to say that Jordan is very good at grappling. This guy is very good at grappling. Good at submissions too. He's got some good submissions. I think he got a Kimura against Simone Dana. He did get a Kimura and a rear naked choke against Bryce Picot. He did look good on the ground. He's got some very good subs. I definitely have to say that Jordan is a good dog pick, a nice sneaky dog pick by sub or decision as a prop bet there. But the pick is going to be Guram, man. He's better on the feet. He's stronger. He's going to be taller. We're looking at a 2-inch height advantage. He's 32 years old. He's a vet there. He did lose his last fight to Elvis Brenner by knockout. It was a pretty bad one. But he did lose a split decision also to Damir Ismagulov. But he did beat Mateusz Gamrot. That's a fucking very good win there against Mateusz Gamrot. He
shouldn't have got that win.
And beat Guilherme Cardina in the lower level event. So he's good, man. Guram is a good striker. He's got good combinations, good kicks. His punches are hard. He punches very hard. If this fight stays on the feet, I think Guram could hurt Jordan. But if he gets taken down and Jordan can use his slickness on the ground, it could be a problem for Guram. But I think he keeps it on the feet. I think his takedown defense is decent. I think Guram keeps it on the feet, gets the win here. I got Guram winning here by decision.
I think if you really want to take down Guram, you can. And my pick here is going to be with a dog coming in on short notice, Jordan Vucenic. I like what I see from this guy. Along with the grappling and the sub ability that you said, I think he's going to be a little stronger than Kutiladze. One thing I think he'll also have is the endurance. I'm not the biggest, hugest Guram fan out there. I think he wastes like some of his energy on like useless movements in his fights. And I think that combined with the strength and Vucinic just coming in there and getting in his face and taking him down and being relentless with his sub attempts and his top pressure, I think is going to be enough to get the victory. I also think Graham could possibly be underestimating Vucinic coming in here. So I'm going to roll the dice with the dog here. I think it's a great opponent to be facing on short notice. I know Graham could be dangerous, but I have a good feeling about Vucinic here.
You know what, man, bro? Honestly, I'm not mad at that, man. Like I said, I think Jordan is a sneaky good dog pick there. The Subber decision is looking nice as a dog pick
Yeah.
there. But I just think that if it goes to decision, I think Guram will outpoint him on the feet. I think if he stays on the feet, I think Guram he's the better guy on the feet. I think because I watched the striking of Jordan, it's not that great. It's a very average striking. His
it's more proper though than Guram.
Yeah, Guram's hits harder and he has more technical strikes. I think he punches with a lot more precision than Jordan. I think that Jordan's key to victory is get the fight to the ground. This guy is very good on the ground. He's slick on the ground, slick submissions, slick takedowns as well. But Guram on the feet is the man. He will beat Jordan on the feet if this fight stays on the feet. And I think it will. That's why I have the slight lean on Guram here to get the win by decision. I think the fight stays on the feet. I think Jordan has a hard time coming in there. I don't think he's going to come in there and bully Guram, who's on don't forget, on a full fight camp, whereas Jordan's coming in on short notice, man. Making his UFC debut in Abu Dhabi. I got to go with Guram here to get the win here in this one. But it will be close. All right. Moving on next up the card, we got Shamil Gaziev versus Dontel Mays.
Oh, okay. I was looking for a way, believe it or not, to pick Dontel Mays here, but I really don't think it's going to happen. I think Shamil Gaziev is just too good on the feet, just too fat. Like his hands are a lot quicker than Mays' here, and he hits probably with more power also. Dontel Mays, what I like, the only thing I think I like about him is he surprises me with like his big heavy Superman shots out of nowhere, maybe a big spinning like roundhouse something. He doesn't look very comfortable doing these things, but he tries, and he has his share of power too because he's just a huge guy. But I just can't count on him. He doesn't make good decisions. Sometimes it seems like he doesn't bring it, and it's hard to pick when I hear a guy, man, is coming from the water polo world. It's very hard for me to pick against him. I always pick the guy that played water polo before coming into fighting. So give me Shamil Gaziev here.
Listen,
and he probably can take down Dontel Mays if he really wanted to.
Yeah, that's where I was gonna say he's got the takedowns, man. I can't do it. I can't do it with Dontel anymore. I'm done.
He's done.
I'm done with this guy. He did get the win against Caio Machado in his last fight.
Who's garbage.
Decision, but
garbage.
Prior to that, he lost to Rodrigo Nascimento by unanimous decision. Did get a knockout victory against Andrei Arlovsky, but he did catch him with the right hook. And then prior to that, he lost by decision to Augusto Sakai, and then the no contest against Hamdi Abdelwahab. And, I just can't take it with Dontel. You just never know what the fuck he's going to do when he comes in there. He either comes in there and fights like a bum, does nothing, or he just throws crazy fucking looping fucking punches.
And he loses his balance half the time.
Crazy hooks, loses his balance, punches wildly. Of course, doesn't use any kind of ground game or takedowns. He doesn't do that at all. Whereas Shamil, this guy can get takedowns. I think he's better on the feet for sure. He punches way much better. Now, he did get knocked out by Jairzinho Rozenstruik in his last fight, but he did beat Martin Budai by knockout.
Jairzinho Rozenstruik has professional hands, man, compared to the other guys, so.
Yeah, and I think Rozenstruik is a better fighter than Dontel Mays for sure.
100%.
I definitely like the fact that he's got the grappling in the back pocket coming out of Bahrain too. This is in Abu Dhabi, mind you. So, a lot of fans are going to be going for Shamil Gaziev here in this one. I got Shamil Gaziev to win this one. I think he actually wins by finish. I think he could take down Dontel Mays, maybe even latch in a sub. Out of his 12 wins, Shamil has 3 submissions, 8 knockouts. I think a finish is good here. All of his wins have been by, well, most of them have been by finish. He's got 1 decision win, but the KO sub is what I like here for Shamil Gaziev to get on Dontel Mays. Dontel Mays has 6 losses, and out of his 6 losses, he has been finished before. He's been knocked out once. He's been subbed twice. So, half of his losses have been by finish. I think that Gaziev can get a finish in this one. So I got Shamil Gaziev winning by knockout or submission in this one.
Yeah, I got him by knockout.
All right, moving on up the card. Next, we have Mohamed Yahya versus Kawe Fernandez. I like Kawe Fernandez in this one. I got to go with Kawe. This guy has some nasty kicks, nasty leg kicks. He's going to be 29 years old, 30 years old for Yahya, who's actually fighting out of United Arab Emirates. So he's going to be the hometown favorite coming out of Dubai there. But I don't think he has it, man. I think Mohamed Yahya is really not that great. Haven't really seen him do much. He lost to Trevor Peek. He's not good when fighters come at him with forward pressure. And Trevor Peek did exactly that in that last fight.
That's all Trevor Peek really does. Yeah.
Yeah, it came at him with forward pressure, and it really fucked up Mohamed Yahya when he was on his back foot. I like Kawe to do the same thing, to march forward. He made his UFC debut Mohamed Yahya against Trevor Peek and lost. Prior to that, he fought a bunch of cans. Kawe, on the other hand, did lose to Mark Diakese by split decision. Mark Diakese is a very good grappler too.
Yeah, he could. I think he should have won that fight, actually.
Yeah, it was a split decision, and he did look good in that fight.
That's a great fight for your first fight.
Yeah, and prior to that, he was in the LFA and did some damage, knocked out a few guys in the LFA there. Just like him better. Kawe Fernandez, better striker, and he does have in his back pocket the grappling if he needs to take the fight to the ground. He's got some takedowns if he needs to do that to Mohamed Yahya. I think he's just a better overall fighter than Mohamed Yahya. I got Kawe Fernandez winning this one for sure. Let me see how he's going to win this fight.
He has a BJJ black belt as well. He's slick on the ground, man. Leg kicks good. His pressure should be too much for Yahya here, and I don't think Yahya is all really that great. I don't know. We'll see how far he gets in the UFC, but.
Yeah, I like him winning by KO or submission. I think he could finish Yahya. He's got 4 knockouts, 2 subs, 2 decisions, so the finish is definitely possible there.
Look, I think the odds should be closer than they are, but that doesn't take away from the fact that Kawe Fernandez should win this fight. And yeah, I say he's alive for a finish here.
Yeah, Yahya has been. He's got 4 losses, 2 by sub. He's lost twice by sub, 1 by decision, and 1 by knockout. So, 3 out of 4 losses were by finish here. So, very good chance here that he gets finished again. All right. So we are in agreement with Kawe Fernandez in this one. Let's move on. All right.
Next, we got Alonzo Menifield and Azmat Mirzakhanov. Yeah. So
main event of the prelims.
Yeah, the main event of the prelims here. Yeah, I just can't go with Alonzo Menifield for fighting like an absolute retard the last time against Duncan there. Unbelievable how he went in there with his hands down against a counter striker like that. Mirzakhanov, man, he's the better striker. I think he even has more power than really telegraphed Menifield. Also, you got to think that he's comfortable on the ground there too. Menifield could pull out a sub here and there. He doesn't really look for it, but I think Mirzakhanov is going to really surprise Menifield with his power here and potentially knock him out. I just can't trust Menifield anymore. You need brains sometimes,
Not to mention, man, he just got knocked out badly by Carlos Ulberg just 2 months ago.
Oh, that's who I meant. I said Duncan. I meant Ulberg.
Yeah, Carlos Ulberg knocked him out.
Ridiculous performance by Menifield. Ugh.
Just 2 months ago, though, he's already back. Like, this is very, very, very quick to come back to fight after you got brutally knocked out by Carlos Ulberg. I think he's coming back way too soon. I think he's trying to make us forget that he got knocked out by Carlos Ulberg by coming back so soon. I don't like it. It's not a good look. Azamat's been looking like a beast in the UFC, knocked out Tafon Nchukwi in his UFC debut. Then he fucking knocked out Devin Clark, and Devin Clark's a good grappler. Devin Clark's a good wrestler, and he fucking knocked him out with ground and pound. And won a nice decision against Dustin Jacoby, who's also a motherfucking dog fighter. The Jacoby's a tough motherfucker. So yeah, I like Azamat Mirzakhanov to get the win here over Alonzo Menifield. I think he knocks him out again. I think that Alonzo Menifield's coming in too soon. Off of that crazy knockout loss. I think he's coming in way too soon, and I think that Azamat can get the finish here and knock him out again. I got Azamat winning by knockout.
Yeah, when you're looking back a little bit at Menifield also, like he has wins against Askar Mozarov, 17 and 13, totally washed up Misha Serkinov, right? So to beat him when he did is nothing. He beat Jimmy Crute. Like this guy is like higher caliber, like with those guys than those guys. So yeah, Menifield just can't beat these guys, and I don't picture him beating Mirzakhanov. So I say yeah, finish is definitely live. I'll say a knockout Mirzakhanov.
Yeah, man, I agree. So we only disagreed in what, one fight?
Which one?
Or maybe two fights. We disagreed on
Oh yeah, I got Vucinic.
Sam Hughes and Dudakova. We disagreed on
The
and
Salmonator.
Guram and Jordan. So we disagreed on 2 out of 7 fights. Not too bad there. The rest we agreed on. So there you have it, folks. Our early predictions for UFC Fight Night Abu Dhabi. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Stay tuned for our early predictions video for the main card.
MMA, baby.
Peace out, folks.